To another session with Produce using the Paintology drawing app. That's available on the Google Play Store. You can get this free from the Play Store, and this is the app. And you'll see here this the actual drawings made. so the so hopefully you'll get a chance to see how to make use of this brilliant little app, and it allows you to make photorealistic drawings on your phone and also use your fingers. So typically this is the phone that I have right now, and typically I use the finger. I used to use the stylus, and I found my finger to be just as effective, and I know most of you do not carry a stylus. Well, I for one don't. It's only when I'm drawing. But then I found the finger is really effective and powerful, and I hope you get a chance. I hope you don't find any excuses to draw now. And so what are we going to do today? Well, I want to show you the drawing process. And I've got this drawing. This is of my daughter. And I thought it was a nice drawing. It's got very contrasting tones. And this is the one we're going to try and draw and then show you the drawing process. And the drawing process is something which not many people teach. And the reason they don't teach is that they're drilling everyone with too many drills on shading, while looking at the light, where the light falls on the sphere. And that's all available on the actual Paintology app. If you go through my paintings, you will see all these video guides on my paintings. Actually shows you how to do the shading using the app, and many kinds of help guides. But in addition to that, it has something over 600 tutorials on drawing with paint by numbers, pencil drawing. I'll take, for example, this one. I'll show you. And then you simply select the numbers and just select the brush size and just draw. Green. Yeah, then you can zoom in and zoom out. Very easy. And that really helps you to draw. But I found that block coloring so these are tutorials that you can work at your own pace, and most of the apps do not come with they show you a blank canvas and you're left to all the tools to find your way through developing the art skills, and really that is a really difficult path, especially when you're a beginner, to find. That's why the reason for Paintology is to bring those techniques to you by practicing on the phone. And some of these techniques include, excuse me, block coloring, which is unique to the Paintology, and the paint by numbers is it's actually more versatile than paint by numbers. Think of it like blocked regions where you can take block coloring. I'm going to extend that technique further, but I'll show it to you while I'm doing the app, doing the actual drawing that I showed you earlier. So let me show you a couple of drawings that I did. This one was done on the phone using block coloring and using my eye towards the end to do the details. It really is an exceptional way to rapidly improve your skills, and it's not confined to the digital medium, because the techniques I'm teaching you is like core skills in art, fundamental core skills. It's not about tools, and can you imagine using tools to draw this? It would take you ages just to get this. Took me just over an hour, and you can do the same with your fingers, and I use my fingers as well. So we use it in a trace mode, but we're developing essential skills which are fundamental to drawing techniques, developing drawing, and these are tones. And the reason why this looks so sharp and more vivid is because of the tones I'm using. And tones are very easy in the digital medium, which I will show you. And a couple of other drawings. So can you see how I developed the tones here? This was the original second pass of the drawing. So this was the second step of the drawing process that allowed me to get to the next step. And this are the steps I'm going to show you because I enjoyed doing this Morgan Freeman drawing. And so I'm going to show you the same with the drawing I picked. This was also a block coloring done on the same phone with my fingers. Again, you will start appreciating the tonal values that make up a good drawing. And you probably think I've never seen drawing like this done on the phone. That's because I'm not constantly moving from one tool to another. I've actually developed techniques, and these are the techniques that I'm gonna teach you. So lots of drawings that I've done, and you'll find them on the YouTube channel. I don't have time to go through it, so let's head straight to the drawing and pull the image that I loaded, and let's see how we're gonna start. Well, I think I did like the charcoal brush, so I'm gonna keep keep this charcoal brush. You get it from the more. You'll see the charcoal brush here. Okay, so remember, I'm loading an image that I haven't actually got on the tree, and you're free to load an image to your canvas and simply load it in through trace mode. And this is so easy. You can do it from here. Trace, save work. No, switch to trace. Yes, and allows me to pick an image from my local folder. And here, there you are. See, just loads it. So download any images. It could be of your friend's family, and start drawing. And the techniques apply the same. Don't be fooled that I have to do an eye in a particular way. I'm always changing the techniques because I'm always constantly looking to enhance my skill, and not just enhance it, but speed. That's why I work with speed. And you might think, well, that I can't keep up with this, but that would be a wrong assumption to make because you're just beginning, isn't it? So there you are. So let's look at what this drawing represents. Tones. So we're going to go halfway. So just keep in mind that when your cursor is halfway above on this part of the reference image, you have the color picker, which is able to pick every color. Notice that's gone pink, bottom right, yeah? And then I'll pick another color. Look at the color it's picked up. It picked up the color, and let's look at the ice cream. Look, blue. It's picked up the exact color. So color picker, then place your fingers on the canvas and it picks up the exact color. Okay, again, let's do it. And then we have the zoom feature. Picked up the color. You think the color is actually white than you think, but you'd be wrong. That's why tones are not easy. Look at the tone change here, black, and then the hair around here. Let's pick the color picker here. Look at that brown, and then here more brownish, and then it becomes pink. You see, these are the color tones of this image, and the tones are so big. The tones are essentially so wide. I mean, in the thousands. It's impossible for an artist to replicate it unless they're doing hyperrealism, pixel by pixel. But that to me is not really freestyle art. It's not interesting to me. Maybe for others, but I would rather do hundreds of drawings rather than do one in 3 months or something. It doesn't really make sense. So how are we going to tackle this? Well, keep the brush size 29%. Notice I've got it at 80%, both density and hardness. Don't worry about what they represent. Just keep it at 80% for now. and 30%. Okay, we can keep it 100% as well. You're free to do that, but I prefer it to be in that point for some reason. It's a force of habit, I would say. And then simply just go here. Look, pick the colors, right? Just pick the colors and see the pink there. Just color picker, then just block out the area like that, like so. Yeah. Don't worry about the background. We might not have the background at all. Now notice the color tones here, right? It's a pink that goes that way, beautiful pink, and then another color range, and then another one, and then here, this one here, yeah, then this there, then this color there. So we're going really broad, making a broad stroke using the color picker, okay? Just filling the volume of space, okay? And then same here, just filling using my fingers, and I'm not worried about the details because I'm just looking at the shape. It teaches you the shapes as well as the tones that are on that particular shape. There you see on the, then here I'm not worried about the details of it. That will come later. And you saw how I did the Morgan Freeman, and I'm teaching you these techniques to do it really fast. Eventually you'll get so fast at it. And why am I using trace? Some of you naysayers would probably say, oh, he's using trace. But believe me, every great artist have used tools to help them develop their skills much more rapidly. And then as a result, they're able to improve their freehand skills, freestyle skills, which I've done many photorealistic drawings using freestyle. Yeah, so you're free to look at them. And the reason I can draw photorealistic drawings on the phone and on the digital medium, and people can't tell it's digital, is because I've developed these techniques. And this is the techniques I'm teaching you. There's no cost at the moment, so I would recommend you take advantage. So here I said I wouldn't do look at that, just take it, grab it, take it down, color picker, take it down. And I always follow the line, like for example I would follow the fabric of this if I wanted to. Look, that's such a big line, isn't it? Wow, it's so big. So I'm not too worried about it because the brush is big. It's not small at all. So just go over it quickly. Don't worry about the details. Don't spend too much time. Okay. There. Just go over it like that. There, we've arrived at the face. Just use the color tones. And you'll find that your color tones, as you go closer, but this lays down the first pass of the drawing, which I feel is important to get to the next step. And I show you this when I show you this as I keep drawing the drawing process. So there and there. Right. Okay, so if you like drawing portraits, then you know this is an excellent way to have fun while you're learning. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, we haven't done this. We haven't done this side. So again, just dragging the hat over. and then you'll get a better idea what tones are once you get. So this is what we have here, and then right away we can see we need to this as well. We need to do this. Right, right. It allows us to do the rapid. Right, then there's a bit of white, and then we have to know that this brown goes here, then yellow here. Wow, yellow. Wow. Oh God, that's the cone, isn't it? Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, so that looks like something that's can be understood, right? It's a block coloring. So nothing new, nothing odd about that, but it doesn't have any sort of bearing. And you're probably wondering, how do you get to that Morgan Freeman drawing that we saw earlier? Well, your patience, and also if you look at this drawing, what do we do? What would be your opinion of the next drawing steps? Well, it's very simple. Keep the density hardness same, bring it down to half the size. And I'm going to show you what this drawing represents. Let's save. Okay, that's our first stage of the drawing, and now we're at half the size of the brush, and now we're focused on some of the areas that have got more detail. Again, color picker, color picker. It's still big, but you're not too worried about that because you're not at the level of the doing the details yet. Okay, okay, so you're just filling in. So while you're doing this, you pick the local tones, and you're picking tones that are more smaller in dimension. And what I mean is smaller in region. So you've definitely got more details, like zooming in. So here, all right, so going here, and you'll see how this changes. Look, the tones, colors are, look, they're changing, yeah, and they're, so I've done 3 layers of that tone, whereas the big brush did it in one. So I've developed like a tone that is close to the original image, yeah? Okay, yeah. And then you see as you keep doing this, you've developed a bit more of a three-dimensional structure based on the image that sits underneath, yeah? Giving it more depth because you got more colors. So before I was just doing sweeping strokes, and now I'm going into detail. This is effectively how artists draw, believe it or not, in traditional materials. They would first fill their whole canvas, and then they'd get down to the nitty-gritty, like what I'm doing. Alright, so just filling in the brush size, any areas. I'm tackling areas like this right time. Remember I tackled the left. Then now this one, bring that along color. So any areas that are still white, and then I'm keeping my strokes confined here, okay, then here, and then we can go here. These areas that we don't worry again about what shape, and now we can get some form of the lips. Okay. Okay, it's still big compared to the, look, it's almost the size of the tooth, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's see what we look like. Well, it looks still a bit ghostly, but nothing, nowhere near close. But you can see the eyes have popped in there and the chin's there. Now you can see that this girl is looking really excited. And we don't know if this what that yellow thing is, but soon we'll get to that, isn't it? So again, go over areas that you haven't covered. You know, the areas that you weren't able to do with the bigger brush. Okay. Then here, the cone. Okay, and then let's get that cone. Follow the shape of that. See, I've got it. Follow the shape, and then we're going to add a little bit of shape and form to this. And you'll see how the different tones make up. This is the ice cream, isn't it? And you'll definitely probably be able to recognize this as a cone, because now doing the details. That's okay. So color picker, and then that color picker, then that color picker, and color picker. Color picker. Color picker. Yeah. Okay, keeping it tightly localized as much as you can. Okay, there. It's not really a drawing as such, but you have to admit it's really fun drawing digitally with your fingers like this. And I find it very fun. I have no trouble, I don't think, of this presenting these. Something I look forward to, actually. And that's here. There. Just go here. So pick. So basically trying to get more detail with the smaller regions. So we have the colors we made, but the bigger brush, but we know that we're more accurate with the smaller brush. Yeah? Much more accurate. Okay, so do you see it? That looks like an ice cream. That looks like a hat. So we've come to this step, right? And then what do we have here? We've got some costume work going there. So I think you might as well do that, right? Why not? Part of the costume, okay? There. So we can save that as one of the next steps. So we're getting better and better. This is what makes Drawing Journey so unique and wonderful to people who do it. Now, very simple. technique is to bring the size 5%, and now we're going to go into real nitty gritty, and you'll see how I get the details out and then make it look like the Morgan Freeman type. Although she's not going to turn into Morgan Freeman, I'm just saying, get the drawing to be close as possible to something that looks like a nice portrait that you can impress your friends with. Okay, this is the smallest size, okay? But it will definitely give details, and I want to show you how these details will show up in the around the face, where the important areas matter, which are, of course, the right now that we have a smaller brush, we can really get into the tone. So what's happening now? What's happening is that our brain is tuned to this. Our brain has become finely tuned to the variations in color tones. You see, this you're practicing and then finding out what these tones are and how the overall image is affected by these, right? Because now look what I'm doing. I'm really keeping it tight and localized, right? And you'll see major difference. Right? It's tight, and you'll see the major difference in what the drawing we did earlier and the drawing we did that we're gonna be finishing off with. I mean, like the previous stage of the drawing, that's what I'm saying. So again, go quickly, go rapidly. Look at these tones. They teach you these tones, how they vary. Right? Depending where you pick, you'll get used to it. You may think you got the right tones, but truthfully, you probably picked the wrong tones. So don't worry about that. Just do it again. Just pick up these lovely white tones and then this dark tone. See that? Picked up that dark tone, and there's a dark tone here. Picked up that dark tone. Down here, it's lovely red, deep red tones here. Look, that tone, and the pink tone, and then there's that lovely tone at the end of the lips, isn't it? And there's that pink. Again, pink. Can you see that those tones? So your mind has become really tuned into, and you're letting your eyes do the work. And look, the brown, and then just dab, dab. And then let's see what we have here. Wow, it's impressive, isn't it? Looks like she's got a set of teeth, but it's not nice and white as we'd like to be. But you can see where this is going, isn't it? This is probably the fourth pass of the drawing, and now we can use the same brush to refine these areas. Just follow the hairline stroke. Don't worry about it. Just follow the hair stroke. Right. Okay. Oh. Right. And then okay, this is a little. Okay, just with the smaller brush, adding more details. The reason why it's picking out dark and light tones is because, have you seen the straw hat is, this is something you learn all the time. This straw hat has got these little nettles, like spotted, and then just okay. So here, take that. Look at that. Using the fingers. Again, nothing difficult. Let's see what it looks like now. It's an improvement, isn't it? And now we can say, okay, what can we do? Can you see that neck area? That's not very nice, is it? So we're going to go here because we know we've got the white, and just take that out and give that nice neckline, okay? Then we can see what that looks like. Yes, much better, isn't it? So now let's work on the face, yeah? And what do you think I'm going to do? I've already done this with this brush size. So I'm going to take it to 3%, okay? And here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to switch tactics now. So let me save that. We're going to switch tactics, and the tactic is this. We go, flick through, you see this, sorry, you see this, oh gosh, yeah, I gotta get this fixed sometimes. See that? Okay, see that? It goes between the your drawing and that drawing, and that's now our tactics is to have a smaller brush, pick the color tones, sorry, the smaller brush, which is 2 point, pick the color tones here, and then look, yeah, and then just go and do what it appears. Okay, pick the color tone and then flick back and forth between. You see that? Right, so you can go back and see, do your drawing. Okay, and then go here, pick that color and just get it close to what it should be. Okay, it's a brown tone there. Now you can pick it from your color and then just follow the direction. What do we have here? More brownish tone here, and at the bottom, yeah. So we're going to drag that across. That there. Drag it across here. And then what do we have? A dark round feature here. Is it that big? It's probably not that big, look. So it probably comes here. Can you see how far we took it? It was way too big. And that's what the form, that is the correction you learn as you do that. Right, so that's the eyes. And now you can see there's a dark Let's do that dark, so follow it. If you can't follow the shape, you do it, and then now, once you're in your drawing canvas, you can just do that. Okay? Right. And then you see this here, you can zoom in more by blue here. Right, so you can circle blue here, that pick that here, and then let's see what it looks like. Look at that eye. It's compared to the eye on the left. You see how such a tiny bit of work has effectively, magically produced that. Okay, same thing on this left eye. And then let's take a picture so I can show you how long we spend. A minute or two? Is that all it is? Draw that there. Right, okay. Then draw this. Right. And then the pupils. So you know the shape there. And then the shape there so we don't go too far out. What do we have here? Well, just gonna do that, isn't it? Right. And then we have the white banding here. Looks white, but it's not. Giving the illusion of white, isn't it? Here. And then we've got this, which we have to define more. The upper part of the okay, here, and then what do we have here? Right, so we got here. Then we won't worry about the outside of the line just yet. Just put a little bit here. And then what we have, there's little specks of, that makes all the difference, doesn't it? There. And then let's see what we have in our drawing area. Yeah, then we can reduce it and put a lighter tone, right, just to give it. And then what do we have here? Look at that. What difference that made, isn't it? It almost looks like photographic, isn't it? Well, same thing with these crooked teeth. I don't think she'd want me to show this picture without doing her these nice teeth, yeah? Okay. So we have these. This is a little difficult because she's got tongue hanging out there. Right, so here, right, just, and then she's got this here, just giving us the perimeter, and then a grayish showing the perimeter of her teeth with the tongue. And let's see if we can pull it off. Right, it's surprisingly, it looks like, remember there's shadows, so you can't blame she hasn't cleaned her teeth, although to a certain extent you can, but it's also to do with the shadow falling on the teeth, so you can't blame someone for having yellow teeth or something. Okay, grey, right, and then we got this dark banding. Look at that. So you select the color, then I'm just going to outline this, right, using my fingers while I'm still in the trace, just to show where it is, and then just fill it up. All right. Okay. Then you can see that. All right, let's see what we have. There's our, so look at that. It's taken real shape. The teeth has really taken on, even though we haven't got it perfectly. You can see she's got here. So we need to define these areas, yeah? So I'm just sticking to this, so you can go and select, and then here, see that? Yeah. What was the white bit? It almost looked like she was missing a tooth. Whatever you feel comfortable, you do it. I just want to do this really quickly. Okay. You can pick the colors from your canvas and just stretch it out. All right, there you are. That is showing very nicely, and now you can see we've tackled we haven't done the nose, but now we can tackle this area and see. Look at your drawing and look at her skin, and she's got nice skin there. And then now we can take that up, and here we can get clever. Because we want to blend it, we want to lower opacity, okay? So we're going to 6%, and then we're going to say, this is a large size, so we're going to go here, and so just blend that. And then we get, right? So we can go here, and just blend it out. Okay, then what color do we have here? We can go here, select that color, and then even increase it if you need to. Then what color do we have here? Okay, I'm not sure what I'm doing right now, so I'm going to look at switch between mine. So it's really hard now, so I'm going to switch between my drawing and the and and we're getting close to the there. Okay, here. Right, and then what we have here, we have this going here. Then we can take that down a bit, solve the brush, and then here, and just take that. Okay. It's the nose we're doing. So that. Alright. Then here, and then here. Okay, we haven't got the nose details down, so that's why we're following a unknown shape. So I'm gonna see, these are mistakes one can make. It's quite big, so I need to reduce that. I'm just defining the shape. Okay, nothing different. Okay, so I know where the nose ends and starts. So at least giving me an idea where the nose. Right. here, so here, right. And you can see now it's defined, the nose, yeah, there. So this nose is defined, and now look at that. She's almost looks like she's got chocolate on her face. Right. So here, again, what we were doing with the bigger brush, just to cover a larger area, because it's quite a smooth transition. Look at that. It's light here, and it goes all the way. Light here. Look at that. Light here, and then all right, and then it goes slightly brownish here, and then what we have here, got more of a darker here coming towards the eyes. All right, and then we have, that's the sort of that line. So we need to take that down because we're going to do that line, and take it up a bit so you can, because it's more darker. So can follow that. Okay. Oops. And then here's darker. Alright, so let's see what we look like. Okay, it's getting better, isn't it? And the face is now looking good, and you can see that these areas need addressing. And how are you going to address that? Very easy. Look, she's even got ice cream for look detail. So we can go a bit 5%, let's say, and then we can keep working on these colors. Right. And here you can see that she's got some darker colors here. Okay. So take out this blockiness. Right? That's all we're doing. And we can even pick a bigger brush size. Okay. All right. Then here. It's amazing, isn't it? It's picking out not the brown that I'm looking for. Okay. There. And then here, darker. And let's take it down because it's near an edge. Okay. And let's see what that looks like. Better, isn't it? Now we can see that here and then here is some dark tones going on. Then we can say here, right, and then she's got the face that's still going up here, and then we can probably increase the size and then finish the other side of the cheek. Okay, then we have this tone. See, we're picking at minute tone that will blend, give it some kind of a blend without having to blend. Right? If that makes sense. There. And then what we have here, oops, there, okay. So we can pick these colors that important to this face, and then this color, and then take it up. Right, so here, just follow the don't worry about exactly what I'm doing. Just do what you think looks best. Switch between your drawing and then the other, and then you can see how far we've come, right? It's amazing, isn't it? You can probably leave a set of teeth like that. It's not a big problem, right? And then here you can see we're at that 10%, and we can just go and make sure that it's not like she's got a skin disease of some kind, but then here, that's it. Just follow the colors. And then what we have here, look at that. This color goes here. And that's looking better. And then you can see, if you didn't reach this stage, you wouldn't know what would the next stage be. So here, just take this down notch. And then here, I'm just going to smooth it off. Taking that. Alright, then here I can see there's not too much lightness here, so right there. Let's have a look to see what that looks better, isn't it? But if you look at it, it's not quite, because this is very smooth, and to get that right, you need to blend, and this is how you would typically blend. Lower the opacity, then just take that, or take the pink and just blend it like that. And see how I've done it? I've got it for 27%. Alright, then pick this color so you don't pick a different color, and just blend. Then pick this color and just blend. Alright, there you are. There you are, much better, isn't it? And then we can do the same thing here. Can blend. It's a very great way of blending. Okay. And then pick the adjacent color and just blend. That's all. Is there any blending required there? No. So we can just this black darkness. Then here, what have we got here? Got this white, blend it. Remember, it's 10%. Right, we're just blending the face. Right, so the splodginess doesn't show up, but always pay attention to the actual color. Right, I'm selecting the color from the reference image, and then here it's like so smooth. Don't want that. So bring that brown up. Right. Then what we have, the nose. Look at that there. You can blend it. Okay. And if you get good at this, you'll be able to make photorealistic drawings. Trust me. That's all you need. Look at that there. There's a white. Remember the head of the nose? It's a little white. Let's bring that down. And then here, blending here of the pink. Okay. Then pick that color. Okay, pick this color and take it in like it is showing. That is a big difference, isn't it? And look at this side as well. What do we have here? Well, we have the hair here. That's not like that. So it's dark, but not that dark. Okay, so see what it looks like. Yes, so but the hair that goes, the hair, we can take it down now. Take that because we know the hair is very, oops, cancel that, and then take that. And then we know the hair is just going down. Oh, we haven't got it up. That's why. So here, just from that hairline, give the impression of the hair, right? Right, and then what we have, we can now go, oh, we picked the background, right, so we don't need that. So we're gonna, let's save that. Okay, we're gonna take the color picker, get the white, and then just, so got back to my 80%, just, because we're not doing the background, as you know. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Very nice, isn't it? Then here, clean it up. Here, now you'll find all kinds of, as you improve the drawing, you'll find all kinds of areas that needs addressing. Right, and then where? And then we have the ice cream here. What do we got? The ice cream. So here, can we do something with the hard? We can indeed. So now we're going to create this, the hard edge, because we got the tissue, then create the hard edge, right? To give the resemblance of an ice cream, right? And then we can now go back to blending. So let's take it down and go, trust me, this is something also new to me, and I'm learning each time as well, and I hope you give yourself a chance to learn. Right, that we don't want that like to look like, okay, so look what it looks like here. And then here, I could lower this and say, take it up, and then say, this got to look straight, doesn't it? Otherwise it looks like something sticking out, doesn't it? And then what we do is simply just do the sharp edges while we're at it. Just stay on your color, and then just round off these to give them a sharp look about it. Right? Right, so give the impression that the outline, yeah, that this is, because cloths are usually very bold, right? There, we can do the same here. Just form the sharp edge. Right, notice I'm not looking at the not looking at the original reference, right? Same here with the blue. It's got to be sharp, isn't it? I can't see it not being sharp. Right? That doesn't matter if you overlap it. It's not going to make a difference. Right? Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks like a costume now, isn't it? And then what we can do, we can take it up, take it down again, and blend. Okay, blend this brown. Look, it's too big, so we can take it down 10%. Right there. And then we could just simply just go and blend this red bit, blend it. Okay. And then this pink, blend it. And this brown blend. Then this one we can blend. Remember, we're having trouble doing this because it's dark here, because it's the then we can pick the white. So this was what you should be doing once you've reached the end of your drawing. You should be free to do this coloring. Pick the pink, blend it. Right, there you are. Then nice. Then blend this pink. There you are. Right, look at that. It looks like it's not like sharp. Look how we blended that, isn't it? And then you can keep working on this, but I think we'll stop here. I mean, we could probably say, well, this is a young kid, and it's probably got, you know, the tooth growing. Right. Right, then here. Right. And then this is it. So I think that shows you how quickly you can make a portrait. You know, and it looks so nice. It looks like you hand created this portrait. And you did. There's nothing, no tools. You didn't use any tools, right? So let's have a look at it now. Came a long way, isn't it, from something that we did. So just finish it off here. I'm just gonna, oops, just get that up, the density here. Oops, I'm not very good on the letters with my fingers, although I'm good at drawing, isn't it? Surprising, isn't it? Paintology, there you are. And we are pretty much done. So I hope you appreciated it. Look, just an hour, wow, in creating a drawing like that. So I hope you've appreciated what the tones have done by applying tones and using this block coloring method, which is a real powerful way of drawing, and it will really build up your skills. You'll rapidly improve your freestyle way of drawing, and then you won't really get stuck. You will know that it's all down to techniques. It's not question. And these techniques are the real techniques that are showing you what drawing is all about. So using the finger, it came from a blocky image to all the way to here, which looks pretty satisfying, isn't it? And maybe I'll put dribbles of ice cream coming out of her mouth, but maybe she won't like that. She might find it amusing. But anyway, this is to show you. So I hope you like this, and please feel free to comment and make suggestions or anything that you're not fully understanding, and I'll be happy to reply. I always reply to comments and happy to help you out, because I want pretty much everyone, now that they have the mobile phone, I'd much prefer them to be creative rather than just get glued to social media and games. This is an excellent way to pass some time and you get lost in the moment and you can start drawing. And I'd love to see more people make drawings like this. So please subscribe as well, and alert for notifications of the live drawing sessions and other videos, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.